Civis Pacem.
Ave community! Welcome back here at Tribun to another revision. Today, the game is called Contingency Plan, and that's what you gotta do if Plan A doesn't work. We jump right into the board view.
A very long and chaotic game.
Yeah, with some new situation setups on the board, and yeah, I'm eager to revise it.
So we had a very interesting formation of Sagittarii and this little Aquis here, and I mobilized my Hasteri quite quickly. And you had a normal setup.
I don't know what I was really up to. I think yeah, nowadays it's a quite common and good idea to point with your equity directly into the front line, posing some threats, instigating some trouble, so the enemy is a little hampered and hindered in his setup.
So you went a little bit forward here and I defended. I had this nice block.
And a nice symmetry here, so maybe in the future if this guy would combine out, then you could form a ballista here. Yeah.
But notice, because I'm mobilizing with my black and gray Hasteri, my white color complex is a little bit weak.
My formation is not has not the intention to be solid and quite a good defense. I'm completely steam ahead.
Yes, and I try to walk my Hasteri into the board and gain more space.
Yeah. Yeah, now the first attack of the light taxes.
Yes, and that was a little bit annoying, I gotta admit, because my white hexagons are completely undefended. For example, look at this hexagon. It's just undefended, and that was going to be a big problem in my defense.
Then in one of our latest games, we pointed out that it is a good idea to posing these threats so that your enemy cannot combine on these fields or decombine on these fields, and so he's entangled and yeah, there is no good formation, and a lot of plans are wasted this way.
Yes, and you.
I was definitely looking this way. Yeah.
And I made the mistake to combine here. If I had done this here, then I would have dealt with all of this.
Two threats at one. You had posed this threat and defended this one. So I just had to keep this eye out on this one, but okay, it's defended by this Sagittarius here, so there is no threat. And you defend it.
Yes,
So,
my whole plan was to disallow you from going here, and you can't go here, and your Aquis is a little bit stuck.
Yeah, it is. Really, I did not really know what to do. I could bring it out,
And you
but
had to.
that's just a waste of time.
Yes, but you.
Yeah, crisscrossing
it
again.
worked for you, and you try to do this again or something similar.
I guess now I'm stepping back. No.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Also a nice idea. Yeah, I thought maybe this Sagittarius isn't quite a good target at the moment because it's defended, and well, better go a different way.
But so far everything is solid over here. But your attack on my light axis was very annoying. I had to block here.
Yeah, and this way you were blocking your own Aquis. and now I could put pressure on this one. So you had not a lot of space, not much room for your development.
Yes, and remember, I could have done this from the get-go, but
Yeah.
I didn't, and that was quite bad,
But
turns
it's
out.
okay. It's very important to show and point out these tiny little mistakes we found in our setup, so that we all together can learn from it. I'm definitely making a lot of mistakes in my development here.
Yes, and that's a strange move too. Um, later in the game, I saw this nice move. Oh no, it doesn't work right now, or does it? I thought about this.
Hmm.
If you take here, I am defended, and this is defended, and it attacks here. And the Aquas can't go here because of that's too many lines.
Let's play a
Anyways,
little game of tic-tac-toe.
yeah, that was maybe a nice idea. I tried to do this in this move order that I would do that now,
Hmm.
but you posed a lot of annoying threats, I think.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do not have a lot of units, but they are all very powerful.
yes. Maybe here it would have been good to do this. But I saw that very late in the game, and then it was too late to do that.
And now 4 equity on the light hexes. So I'm completely weak. My defense is not existing at all. But at the moment, I'm the one out at the steering wheel. Yeah. But you always have to be careful. If you're all steam ahead to your enemy, then your defense line can crumble apart very quickly.
Yes, and I think it's very simple to see that here, because my whole defense is building on black and gray, but because I tried to gain a lot of space, but I left my white hexagons completely behind. I didn't cover them, and you know that
And now, bam!
yeah.
Okay,
Just
why
quickly,
jumping?
just
Okay,
quickly,
yeah,
just look at that.
yeah,
That is
correct.
board understanding. You see, I have very light hexagons. You attack them. But anyways,
Yeah,
another ballista.
yeah, and this one is, yeah, going this way, attacking from the other flank. So you blocked it.
It
So
went
now
here.
the next idea, maybe in the future go here. At the moment, it's not really possible because this field is defended by 3, and I couldn't deliver a next situation here.
Yes. So that was maybe inaccurate. Should
Mm, yeah,
have
yeah.
I should have at least considered doing something else. But I did this,
And
and
I kept this pressure here because when you take 2, I lose 2, and I get 2 again, and so it's an equal trade. And now I have to think carefully, but no, this Equus, I could dig through this. I guess we're quite equal in material when I'm through.
yeah, one. Yeah,
Not
you
much of a
would.
loss, but I would completely destroy all your defenses on this
Yeah,
flank.
this would be gone, and this would be too.
Yeah. But I have the bigger units. I'm mobile. Yeah, I can get if this falls, this ballista can go where the first one wanted to go.
That's right. So that would be probably bad for me. So I didn't take.
Mhm.
But you did this, and I tried to do
But this is
this.
I like this. To stop a ballista, 2 savvy are enough. Just blocking the way. Hey, the tiny little boy, as we mentioned, stepping out on the highway and saying, "No, stop it," and it works.
Yes, but don't do that in real life.
Oh, no, we don't recommend.
Yeah,
Putting
so
some pressure here.
you see, I don't think it would even be bad to take this. Because if you think about it, you take here, you lose 3, then you have only lost 1 because this is too high. And then you can go anywhere, really, and
Yeah, but
pay.
but you can go anywhere. I really considered this. Sorry, but going here is to no avail because I would lose my entire unit. Going here, the same thing. There are no real good follow-up fields. So this was the point why I
I
didn't
saw
take.
a
Sorry,
sequence.
sorry. No one could hear you.
Oh, sorry. Uh, if this happens, you can do this. And say I would take here, maybe
Ah,
like
the next ballista can go through.
this opened up.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
that
this. Oh, this is a great idea.
that's why I was worried during the game
Ah.
because I saw this and I panicked, and
So I
that's why I did this.
miscalculated, obviously.
Yes, and I was very frightened that you would see this, and I defended against that.
Now you
Um,
learned I did not see this.
yeah, but it was too little, too late, and you got in.
And what you
But
see here is, yeah, almost the whole game until this point, you were busy by defending your position. You were
yeah,
not posing any threats, so I could do almost anything on the board, and this was a quite comfortable situation for me.
yes, but I'll still try this. I
Yeah,
mean, I
I
think the
messed up
idea
somewhere
behind it
here.
is quite nice. And what I tried now is to get a little bit of, hope. I really I really tried to, you
Uh,
know, do some magic so that I would not be in a completely losing position.
at this point, maybe short interruption. No, no, it's not
Sure.
necessary that you. Okay, I was thinking about taking this service here or this one, and I thought, hey, when this one is gone, and maybe I split up at this point, decombining, then this route would open up. So it's the better choice to take this one. Okay.
Yes. You saw me before I open up this window, but this you see I can't really see that from my
Ah,
perspective.
okay, yeah, yes. If
So that didn't work. So I opened
this
up
is gone, and now
the
you
other
can see
window,
it. Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah,
I tried to do this, and I could,
yeah,
which was
yeah.
very
And
nice.
yeah, at this point, but yeah, no,
But you see, I couldn't see that one again, and
yeah, and this, yeah,
I oh,
and I don't know uh, what. I
interesting.
obviously didn't see that either. What a dumb move! I could have almost taken it entirely. Ah,
Oh,
good
Jesus.
God.
Anyways, and I saw something very beautiful. If it weren't for
Oh,
this guy, obviously, because I didn't see it. Um, but I saw this. And let's pretend this would be another unit. I saw this formation and look at it. You are forced to go here
yeah, this was nice. Everything
and
was cut
then
off. I
this.
could, yeah,
And look at it. The ballistae can't attack
yeah,
this.
but yeah,
And these servi, they're defending themselves. And the hesteri, the
this,
zegateri,
yeah,
is guarding the
The escape fields.
Yeah, the escape field, Jesus. And all of that was so beautiful, and I was so happy to have seen that in advance. I saw that when I moved my ballista from here to here, this next.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
have been one of the most nice nexus I ever saw in this game.
but
But unfortunately, this guy is
it
keeping the
was,
door shut.
yeah, and I didn't take here because I had to do something quick now, as my plans were completely falling apart.
Yeah,
Um,
this is very unfortunate, I have to admit.
yeah, but it happens.
Yeah,
And
always the same plans. Attacking here, but no, it's defended, and going maybe here, but now he blocked. And I really tried to get to you.
yes, and I really tried to.
You're just blocking the roads.
Yeah, I'm throwing little rocks into your
And 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 you were slowly but surely opening up this lane. Sagittarius going here, and maybe this one going there, and then yeah. Now here's the threat: a double attack on my Tribune. Now I have to move.
And I saw no way to do something.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
did this.
yeah. I thought in this situation you're completely immobile now because you decombined your whole unit, and now a Sagittarius is very good for escaping purposes. I can jump away and you will never get me.
Yes. And what I could have tried is to get my blister somehow over here and a Secretary over here.
Sagittarius? Sagittaria is a
Yeah,
plural.
Sagittarius. It's very early in the morning.
That's
Anyways,
right.
that would be an attack here, and it would subsequently defend
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
My ballista would do all of this, but that was not possible, obviously.
And now I'm going in. This is
Yes,
no
and
threat at the moment, but I thought maybe if you decombine here, it's again a threat. No, I want to avoid this.
yeah,
Well,
and
here
I
comes an attack.
tried to kill you.
So
I think that's the
now,
best
bam,
way I can give you.
cutting off everything. And this,
Look,
yeah, you have to see that this was an attack on the Tribune now, and now I'm jumping around.
I was doing this shuffling.
Yeah,
Um, and
flip.
I tried now to get some material back, or because I can't win in this situation. It's just impossible, but
Yeah, but now
I
my,
thought
yeah.
maybe I could win
And
something.
here I blundered. Man, I did not see this attack. I was just Uga Uga mode, going for the win.
And look,
Yeah,
there's a comeback.
almost equal again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and now
then
you are the one posing the threats.
that's right.
Yeah.
You took here, and I killed your ballista. Look
Oh
who is ultimate.
God!
Yeah, it's me.
I messed up completely at this point. It was just hack and slay.
Yeah, but look, I have material,
Yeah,
but I'm
scattered
immobile.
around.
You've I can fight with say 8 units.
Mm.
If we count this guy and these two.
And I have 14 plus my already combined up Tribune.
Yes, that's the problem. You could even go here.
Yeah,
be
And I
very
was
sad.
really yeah, and I was really thinking about this. At the moment I had to escape, you were following me, and now I'm, yeah, taking some material, going to the flank. And this point was very important for me because at this point I can maybe combine to a ballista or to a centuria is the name. Well, and now, yeah,
Yeah, and
killing
so
everything.
by the way, um, we've this
Yeah,
here was a blunder
this
that
was a
never
blunder.
worked, but
Yeah,
I didn't see it. And
and this was an in-between Angor, forcing you to the side, attacking you here.
yeah,
And
and I
if
gave.
maybe I could have taken your last capable unit and just won by material. So there were a lot of contingency plans in this game.
This game was a mess of a contingency plan.
Oh God, Ave. Just bare knuckle and punching
Yeah.
around, eh? Okay. So we are on the goodbye screen. Yeah.
Oh, any comment?
No, not from my side. Everything's been said and done.
And I think if you like this comment, maybe subscribe, share the video, and you could leave a like, a comment, and if you like this video, maybe then
You can play on your own.
yeah,
Take all
that's
the
right.
stuff from below, and yeah, I guess
And have a nice day, have a great time, and see you soon.
on Tribun.